this is Box Office Buddies, and this is the ultimate edition right here. Because I've got...
Box Office Bob.
What are the initials of Box Office Buddies?
There you go.
This guy right here.
That's it. Named after me.
So, we checked out a big one this week. Maybe the biggest anticipated movie of the fall, Blade Runner. So this is a remake. Well, not a remake as such. It's kind of a reimagining / sequel.
Sequel, yeah.
Based off the 1982 cult classic Blade Runner. And this is Blade Runner 2049.
2049.
So it takes place 30 years after the original. Same concept. If you've seen the original Blade Runner, you've got these humanoids that are made to serve humans, but they get out of control. So they basically try to be controlled. And the movie's prologue is actually very similar to the 1982 one. It's practically the same thing.
Yeah.
You've got these Blade Runners who their job is to hunt.
The rebels.
Yeah.
if you can call them that. The leftovers.
Yeah, exactly. So that's the gist of it. What did you think?
It's not totally action-filled.
No.
It's
neither was the original.
It's almost slightly a thinking man's movie as well. Mm-hmm. Overall, it was worth going to see. It was. Yeah.
Yeah, you liked it.
Yes, I said hesitantly. To be honest, I wasn't impressed with the very first Blade Runner. I did my homework before we watched this one again. I read the reviews on the original movie, which is the one I saw in '82 when it came out, and I was happy to read in the review that they said people walked out of the theater confused.
Okay.
Because I walked out of the theater confused in '82, and I was going, "What the heck just happened? And what was that all about?" Questioned it a couple of times over the years, but it's not something that comes up, Blade Runner. I mean.
You haven't put too much of your
my thought process or interest into it.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I didn't see this when it came out, but I did see it a while ago.
Okay.
Not a fan. Like,
not a fan?
Really not.
What'd you think of this one?
Well, so that's the thing. This is it's a modernized version.
Yeah.
Not a fan either.
Not a fan either, okay.
No, what I don't like about the original, which is also what I don't like about this one, I find it really drawn out. You mentioned how it's more of a thinking man's movie.
Yes.
But I feel like, as much as you're right about that, there isn't that much to think
about.
Yeah, like it doesn't really take you anywhere relevant, you know?
This is true.
It was what it was. It wasn't a bad movie. I actually liked it more than the original.
Okay.
But still nothing spectacular to me. Mm-hmm. I don't think this will end up being a movie that people are still watching in 20 years.
There's going to be the hardcore fans. Like there's hardcore fans from the Star Trek series or Star Wars, from the original that have built up, but in time also newer fans. But I wonder about Blade Runners going on.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know if they're going to cash in. I don't see any Academy Awards in this one. Sorry, Denis Villeneuve. Sorry. Maybe for set design,
special effects. Those were really interesting. Yeah. If I am going to compliment, aspects of the movie, the special effects were great.
Yeah.
So actually, some of the best CGI I've ever seen. It looked and felt real to me. So there's the special effects. You mentioned set design. Visually, it was impressive. There's always something interesting to look at, For sure, if we're looking at technical aspects in terms of what we see in here, it was very well made.
Yeah, it was the best.
You mentioned Denis Villeneuve. Huge fan. One of the best directors out there right now. I'm not going to fault him for it either. It wasn't... There are certain things I could say are his fault, like the pacing was a lot too slow.
Okay.
This movie was like 6 hours long, guys. It
felt 6 hours long. When I saw the original time for the movie, it was 2 hours 44 minutes, and I went, "This better be a good movie. This is gonna be long and drawn out."
Yeah, I was expecting long and drawn out because I've seen original Blade Runner, right? But this was something else. Like even the original Blade Runner is only 2 hours. It's just so slow paced. It feels
can be a long movie if it's slower paced.
Exactly. Yeah. But this was slow paced and 3 hours long. I was expecting a lot more to happen. Expecting them to maybe take it in a new, interesting direction. Mm-hmm.
I think it was interesting. I liked the fact that they drew on bringing in Harrison Ford. You know,
yeah, for sure.
To incorporate him from the original movie, I think was important. Mm-hmm. I was glad that they at least brought him in on that. But if you haven't seen the original Blade Runner, I think it's a movie. This one stands on its own too, as well.
It does. There are certain things that you might need to know, but it is a pretty standalone movie for sure.
Like without wrecking too much, at the beginning of the movie, they give you the scroll, and they almost bring you up to date as to what's happened or what is happening, so they give you some background.
Right.
So I think that's why it can stand a little bit on its own.
Yeah, it had its elements. I mentioned visually. I mentioned even the cast was good. You know, Harrison was fun to watch.
Yeah, he was fun to watch.
He was the only time that there was even like we went out of a 3-hour movie. We went 2 hours without a single laugh in the entire.
Oh, for sure.
And that I felt like this movie did take itself way too seriously. It's sci-fi. You gotta have fun with it sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
I agree.
So but again, like I said, happy that Harrison was there.
Yeah.
Ryan Gosling was Ryan Gosling.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's a movie star for a reason.
Yeah.
And then Ana de Armas, I was a fan of hers.
I'm a fan of Robin Wright, so
different generations.
That's it. There you go, folks. I haven't seen her in too much other than House of Cards. I don't know if she's made any other movies. Sorry, Robin, I know you're watching. He's well followed.
Yeah, she was good. Everyone's good. Mm. No one's outstanding.
No, that's the thing. I think it was a level playing field in terms of acting. There's nobody that, like you said, that really stood out and walked away with the film.
This isn't a character piece.
No. There's no Academy Awards for acting in this one.
No.
It was slow paced, but I was able to follow. I mean.
Yeah. It's not confusing.
No,
you mentioned
no.
The first one.
The first one was
people
very
walked out
confusing.
confused. This isn't that. This is pretty straightforward. It's just the plot doesn't do much for anyone. There is a twist near the end that I appreciated.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so at the twist, I had bought it hook, line, and sinker. I thought for sure.
Yeah,
that
exactly.
Was it. And so they set you up for that.
They throw a nice curveball.
Yeah.
I like it.
Yeah.
I like twists, and it wasn't contrived. It was natural. It worked.
Yeah.
And another positive. I don't know what the audience response will be, but like I said, I don't think this will be a classic.
No.
I don't think there might be the hardcore fans that will carry it on, but it's not Star Wars. It's not Star Trek even, and it's not The Matrix. That's for sure.
I think if you're setting it up for the the score here.
Since we're on it,
okay,
let's do some Marvel The Matrix.
Okay, so. I don't know where your level is, your scope, your radar.
Well, Marvel's the worst. The Matrix.
No. I understand that. Know where you stand on the movie I'm going to throw at you, which is straight brought me back to Terminator movies.
Really?
Admittedly, I liked the Terminator movies, the first two. Then it got a little weird.
Yeah.
Trying to develop more and make more money, obviously. I'm putting it up there.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
So you like Terminator, and you're giving this a Terminator. So that's still a strong endorsement here.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna give this an Oblivion.
Okay. I saw that movie. You didn't like that movie.
No, I did not like Oblivion. Well, thanks for
thanks for having me.
For watching the movie.
Look forward to do it again.
Yeah, why not? And
Okay.
Thanks for checking out the video. Make sure if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet that you do that so you can get notifications for all of these. And like the video, give those thumbs up all over the place, and share the video around. We'll see you soon. Thanks.
Take care, everybody. Bye.